Hello, thank you for joining. My name is Candace Smith, and this is Openly Broken. I haven't done a video in a minute, and I wanted to jump on here and record a quick podcast type video to go along with the latest blog post, which is I had to learn how to trust me again. And I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I'm going to start off with it. And I'm just going to elaborate on some things that, I got after I wrote the blog post because I'm still focusing on this. Yeah, I'm just going to elaborate a little bit. But, I couldn't really figure out how I wanted to say this for so long. I have noticed that I had this issue, but I didn't really understand it enough to even kind of have a full definition or a way to explain it to anyone. And this year, as I've been focusing more on myself and getting myself together mentally and physically and emotionally, and just really, really taking time with myself, time that I've never taken before. I've just began to be able to comprehend certain things. So when I say that I had to learn how to trust me again, what I mean is this, and I was thinking the other day about certain times in my life where I've had to make decisions. And this is where being able to trust yourself comes in, and it's very, very, very important. When we have to make these big decisions, and sometimes we have to make decisions that people don't know about. And they may not even seem significant to other people. But the decisions that we're making sometimes, although they're not very glamorous, they are big, big decisions. And a lot of times I would be feeling like I should make a certain decision or choose to do something a certain way, or say this to someone, or approach this person about this, or whatever the case may be. I would be really strongly feeling like I should do that. And then I would just, allow doubt and allow fear and the need to have backup. And so I would go and consult people. And, I've gone through different stages of consulting. Like at one point in my life when I was very young, my early 20s, I was on my own very early. And so I found myself having to make all of these big, big decisions. And growing up, I have been kind of an independent person. So I would make decisions. I didn't always feel the need to consult people. I felt like if I had a general knowledge of whatever the situation is, I'm capable of thinking of what's best and whatever the case may be. Of course, that's definitely not always true, but for the most part. So, and I would be pleased with the results. So I'm not talking about continuously making decisions and then seeing that, hey, you have poor results. No, I would be making decisions and good things will be coming from them. So that's why I kind of trusted myself, and as I got older and was more independent, then I felt the need to look to other people that maybe had been dependent longer than me. So they were maybe older than me, or they maybe had a car longer than, or they had a place longer. So I would just consult different people. And I got so comfortable with that. And I think for a while that's okay. It is. And for certain things, it's okay. But the problem comes when you just get dependent on that. And you just dependent on, what someone else has to say. And if the majority of the time, if, you're having to make decisions and the first thing you do is go consult with someone else and tell them about it and get their side of the story, and you don't ever go back and say, okay, well, this person said this. Now, what do you feel like you should do? If you're never doing that, that's when it's a problem. It's okay to consult and seek wise counsel. Keyword being wise, because a lot of times I fell into the thing of, going to friends, going to my peers, going to people that's like in the same situation that I'm in, and not realizing that makes no sense whatsoever. Like in any case, it makes no sense for me to consult with people that's like in the struggle. The same, I need to talk to someone that's gotten out of the struggle or that has reached a level that I'm striving to be at. Those are the people that I should consult. And like I said, I've been through stages of it. So when I first started to notice that, hey, you know what, that's not always a good thing. So I wouldn't directly ask. Then I began to indirectly ask people, maybe bring up a situation. You know how you make up something? I wouldn't never really make it up, but I would just like speak in general terms, just to see what the person was thinking or what, they felt about the situation. And that's okay too. That's okay too, as long as it's not to the point where you're dependent and you just can't make a move. You can't do anything. You don't even know the process of making a decision. There is a process. There is a very stable process for making a decision, and I have just looked around and, examined myself, and I do see a lot of times where, it's not a lot of independent thought. It's a lot of people, basically doing everything the same way because the information is constantly being regurgitated. Bad information and bad decision making and just poor choices. And so there's another step that I've recently uncovered in my walk of going through this. And that is, because my next phase was, okay, let's go to some wise people. Let's go to some wise people, Candace. We've done this and we see that don't work. Okay, we've done that. We see that doesn't work. I recognized at one point, like in my late 20s, like, okay, I can't just go to anybody to get this, what I'm seeking. Let me go to, come on, slap yourself in the head. What were you thinking? Just going to anybody, And then my next thing was, just because they have this title, just because they're such and such in the church, or they're an elected official, or, they've studied extensively in this subject, they're a professor, whatever the case may be, whatever their title. My next phase was to recognize that I don't care how smart a person think they are. I don't care, whatever works for them and 10,000 people. I still need to trust myself. I still need to consult with Candace. I keep bypassing her. I keep not listening to her. And it got so bad where I could really feel sometimes that I was making the wrong decision. But because, whoever said this is what was best, I'm going to go with them. And I've made some very, life-altering decisions just off of that, And so I'm to the point now where I'm just trusting me. a lot more. And how I've begun to trust me a lot more is whenever I come across a decision that I have to make, this time in my life is I take it very seriously. I take it very seriously, the decisions that I'm making. Whereas in the past, I had not taken it very seriously. I just,